We just had a huge data mine from a past Pokemon game that may actually bring some brand new Pokemon, specifically brand new Convergent forms into Winds and Waves. Obviously, that is just a theory as of right now, but this information is crazy. This is breaking news because Winds and Waves obviously are the next big Pokemon games, and we still don't know any of the brand new Pokedex really, besides the starter Pokemon. So I think we're definitely going to be getting new Convergent forms, obviously regional variants, and a ton of brand new Pokemon, of course. Subscribe to the channel, help me reach my goal of 40,000 subscribers. Any support goes such a long way. I really appreciate you guys so much. Let's see if we can hit my goal of 20 subscribers during this video. Alright, let's get right to it. So a new beta build of Scarlet and Violet has leaked, and it includes the Convergent Magikarp and Gyarados that were originally planned and cut. Both are a pure dragon type, and this is from Icy Boy. What's crazy about that is, of course, Magikarp is just a pure water type, and the Gyarados is a water and a flying type, which is ironic because he does not have wings. But a dragon type Gyarados would have been absolutely insane. So a Convergent form, think about like Wiglet and Diglett. Another Convergent form that we have had is Wugtrio and Dugtrio, where it's basically the same Pokemon, but it's not the same Pokemon. So it's different from regional variant. I know, it's a very odd concept. Jason and I have been making a ton of Fakemon, so we both worked on this insane Gyarados right here, which is what we believe this dragon form, Convergent form Gyarados would look like. As you can see, he has a huge pair of wings on him, because if it's a dragon type, I feel like a pair of wings would do it some good, especially since it's already a water and a flying type without wings. So dragon type would just make sense to have wings. And of course, because he has a completely different color on him. He has pink and black with a little bit of white accents, just making him look like an absolute beast, like one absolutely insane, scary dragon type Pokemon.
I think the wings on his back just look so cool. They remind me of Mega Dragonite, so I think it would definitely fit the dragon type for this Gyarados. Also, just being from Gen 1, you know, it kind of fits, right? And I wonder if they did bring this into Pokemon Winds and Waves, if they would keep just a pure dragon type concept, or maybe they'd make it a dragon flying type, for example, because obviously Gyarados is a water flying type, so they could do dragon flying type and then just make the Magikarp a pure dragon type. I think that could make sense. But I would absolutely love to see a Gyarados like this. They love giving these Gen 1 Pokemon special treatment with new forms and all that kind of stuff. So I think this would be sick.
And now, not even to mention that Pokemon Winds and Waves, a Magikarp and a Gyarados that flies would be perfect for literally both of those, or the Magikarp would stay underwater, and then the Gyarados would be just some sort of a land creature, because in the original beta discovery, it specifically says a land Magikarp and Gyarados, meaning these Pokemon would be technically on land. Now, it's not unlike Game Freak to actually give us scrapped Pokemon or past Pokemon that they weren't actually going to bring in that game. So they could totally bring this into Pokemon Winds and Waves, or at least use the same idea and maybe give us a different sort of Convergent form for these Pokemon.
Something I feel like they could have been hinting at this form actually returning in this game is that we saw in the sky in the trailer that there is a cloud shaped as Gyarados. So what if it's trying to actually hint at us that we're going to get some kind of Convergent Gyarados? And if you guys are interested in that topic and you guys want to hear more about that, make sure you guys go check out the video that we did on my channel. But I think that definitely could be a possibility. And we know Game Freak, they like to give us, you know, little hints and teasers, stuff that kind of flies under the radar in the trailer. So that would be sick.
And we also worked on this awesome Magikarp, which is what we would think that this Pokemon would look like underwater. You can see this Magikarp specifically has the tail of a Gyarados and the little dragon symbol, obviously just giving it more of a dragon vibe, dragon element, because regular Magikarp obviously just looks like a floppy little fish. So if it's a dragon type, it has got to look like more of a serpent kind of Pokemon. And like I said, even though I know the beta build says land Magikarp, I just think it would make more sense for Magikarp to be underwater and then Gyarados to be above land. So that's why we put this guy underwater.
And I think the pink and orange colors that we went with are just so cool because, I don't know, to me, kind of this pink and orange colorway just really feels like a dragon type. I might just be thinking about Dragonite or something with this one as well, but the colors definitely felt right for this. So
a couple of weeks ago, we also had this big leak from Ball Guy with a scrapped Pokemon, which he kind of teased that it's actually going to make a comeback, like this is going to be one of the new basic mons. And I was saying how this would remind me of Magikarp, literally with wings, and then the evolution of this Pokemon would be some crazy beast. But what if, guys, hear me out, what if this could be that Convergent Magikarp and Convergent Gyarados? And that's what he's teasing at because of the way this Pokemon has wings and it's obviously a fish. And then Soul Silver Art also making a crazy good point saying, I totally forgot that Beta Basculin used to be a hybrid flying fish too. I wonder if this tease is specifically a flying fish bird, or it could be a new flying fish Pokemon that's more akin to the Beta Basculin, which would be crazy, guys. Could you imagine if this new flying fish was literally just that Convergent form? And if not, it seems like we are still going to be getting some sort of flying fish Pokemon.
I wonder if they would even give us a new version of Basculin, like a Basculin Convergent Pokemon. I think that could be pretty cool as well, because I know we got Basculegion in Pokemon Legends Arceus, but I mean, I still think Basculin is such a slept on Pokemon. I would definitely like to see some kind of new form for Basculin as well. With the amount of water that's going to be in this game, it would kind of make sense. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments as well.
We have actually more beta discoveries from Scarlet Violet from Icy Boy as well. So Annihilate Mankey 3 in this build was a pure fighting type at the time. Could have either not been designed yet or the type was not added yet. The Tinkaton line, which the codename was literally just Fairy, was a pure Fairy type. This could potentially mean that the line was not yet designed truly or implemented at the time. Tinkaton's design just screams Steel type. So odd that that type isn't here, which is true. Like Tinkaton, I mean, definitely gives Fairy vibes, but also very much so Steel vibes. There are two unknown Paradox Pokemon that seemingly take the places of Roaring Moon and Iron Valley in this build. The past Paradox is fighting type while the future is electric type, which is really interesting. I really wonder if we're ever going to get Paradox Pokemon again. I feel like it's possible, but maybe not for a long time, or maybe like in the DLC of Winds and Waves, if that, because I know there are a lot of haters of the Paradox Pokemon and also a lot of lovers of the Paradox Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the Paradox Pokemon didn't really stick as well as they kind of planned them to.
The starter final evolution seemed to be just a pure typing at this time. The secondary typing likely was yet to be implemented or decided at the time, which is really interesting how they actually work through these Pokemon games, because like, why would they not just always have that figured out or like implemented within the game? And obviously eventually they did add that second typing, but it's just kind of cool and interesting to think. So what if, you know, for the Generation 10 starters, like, do they have those secondary typings done yet? Probably, honestly, but you never know. Maybe they're gonna swap a couple, change it up a little bit.
But that also makes me wonder about the Gyarados and the Magikarp too, because if all these Pokemon that did end up getting secondary typings were just a pure typing in the beta build here, then maybe the Magikarp and Gyarados could have been something else as well. Maybe even a ground type, maybe the flying type like we said. It's honestly hard to say, but I think it is definitely possible.
The Ruinous Quartet, codename Sub-Legendary 1 through 4 in this build, appear to be all normal types, which are likely placeholders, which makes sense. I feel like some of these typings could have been placeholders, but it is interesting to see like new types of Pokemon, new convergent forms. They were probably messing around with a lot. I wonder what all of the scrap Pokemon were from Generation 9, because there probably were a lot. And like I said, they do tend to sometimes recreate an old scrap Pokemon. So it wouldn't be crazy to think that in Generation 10, we could be seeing some new Pokemon based on scrapped mons. Make sure to check out Jzard. He is so close to 30k subs. I try to get him there, and we are almost so close to 40k over here. So any support truly goes such a long way.
And we're also going to be switching up our giveaway in the Discord. Before, we were giving away copies of Winds and Waves, but we're actually going to give you guys two $20 eShop gift cards in the meantime, and then we're going to revisit the Winds and Waves giveaway closer to the game's release. So for anyone who's entered to win Winds and Waves, you're going to be automatically entered into this giveaway now, and then also the one in the future. And it's completely free to join, by the way. So if you guys want to join up the Discord, it's 100% free. So good luck to all you guys who enter.
If you're around watching this far in the video, comment down below. Peanut, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.